Hello. It is still February 21st, 2019. Um, and this is going to be a part two to the recording that we just did, having to do with, what did we call it? It's Showtime. I think that's what we're going to call that one. It's Showtime, part two. And this is going to speak on why this would be happening. So, what we talked about in part one. Why a shift in, excuse me for a moment. Why a shift from mostly using our mind and our thinking capacity to navigate ourselves in this place to one that is more coming from the heart, or or from the intuitive part of us. So that's what we're going to talk about now. Sorry if I sound a little weird. My throat's bothering me a bit today. Maybe it's from all that talking I did on the last one. Anyway, so the thing is, for a very long time, humanity has been in need of a change. And probably all of us would agree, unless we live under a rock somewhere. We desperately need a change. There's just so much suffering and so much injustice, and we could go on and on and on, and we won't. But and so we have been longing for a time when we'd be out of this situation. And so now this is just kind of my feeling that I'm going to share right now. It is my feeling, based on my own experience, that we are indeed moving into a time where those will be things of the past. We are waking up, basically, is what my feeling is. Again, based on my own experience, that where tradition held sway for so long, where the old way of doing things was just kept perpetuating itself, things are changing in the world, and because people are changing, people are recognizing that, recognizing what doesn't work, what hasn't worked, and now humanity is faced with the real possibility of annihilating itself. So, many people are realizing the simple fact that we just need to go back to basics, and that means it's not every man for himself anymore, and it's not, me and mine and screw the rest of the world. It's not getting ahead no matter who you step on anymore. I mean, there are still plenty of people that live that way and have no problem with living that way. It's working for them. Just keep squashing people under their feet and rising up. But the thing is that more and more people are realizing that it's not okay. It never was okay. And in the West, we were complacent for a long time. We didn't really understand the gravity of what living in comfort, the effect that that was having on so much of the planet, so much of the world, populations of people that were living without. And hold on one second. Okay. We were kind of, didn't realize how bad it was. And now we do. We realize it. The world is a smaller place now since technology has taken over. And we're able to see things happening on the other side of the world, the atrocities. And and we're seeing that, you know, we're seeing that people are suffering so that we could live in a way that we've become accustomed to, but that's not okay anymore. It's not okay. And it's time to equalize this thing. You know, people should not be working from morning to night for pennies, barely staying alive, keeping their families alive, so that we can run around in designer clothes over here, type of thing, right? And so the thing is this, that's the long-winded way of saying love. Love is the thing. That is the basics right there in a nutshell. Having compassion for people that we don't even know, that we've never met, but knowing that their lives matter just as much as ours do. And not just other people, the planet itself, Mother Earth, the ecology, the seas, the sea life, all of it is being violated at the expense of, for what? For what? Greed. Just greed. People are greedy and don't give a shit about what the planet is going to be like for the next generation. But again, fortunately, many of us, we do realize it. This is not okay. And so many of us are just fed up with the lies and with the way it's been, and we're choosing love. And that sounds so, it sounds so fairy tale, but it's not a fairy tale. Humanity can't survive without love. It's in our blueprint. It's in the blueprint of everything around us in creation. And we will destroy ourselves without it. And we have made a U-turn, and we're coming back to basics. And that's why some of us are having to learn the lessons that we talked about in the previous recording of living from the heart now, living from the intuition, from the knowing part of us, the part of us that's connected to all, not just the self-serving ego anymore. Many of us, we're just like, you know what? It's not worth it. Because we're all connected, we are all suffering on some level when any of us is suffering. And so we're learning, many of us, I believe, are learning how to live from the heart now and not from a place of self-service. And so now we've moved into this place, you'll say, where we have to amp that up, like full on live from the heart. So the words critical mass just came to me. I don't know why, but just that's the feeling of it, is that we have reached this tipping point, and now we are being asked to do it all within the flow of love and life. And that's going to bring all of humanity to where we will all thrive. So, not just sporadically tuning into our intuitive side, which is connected to all, which is where love flows from. It's not just a sporadic from time to time thing. Now we're called upon to live this way. And we for so long we've had that knee-jerk reaction of survival, of when we make a decision, my interests come up first. Me and the people around me, the people that I care about, that I know. But now that's the thing that has to be dropped. That can't be a consideration anymore. As far as, yeah, we need shelter and we need clothing and we need food. But those are the things that we're going to use our brains, our minds to work that out in this place. But that's it. Making sure that we have the things we need, necessities. But we're not going to expend energy beyond that. All of the energy is going to have to be toward the thing now. We're in it now. We're in it now to bring about, we're not waiting for some guy in the sky with a long white beard to save us. Who or whatever created this and us, however this was brought about, I really believe it. I feel that this is our thing, and when we go back to the basics, we're going to be able to do the thing. That's just my own feeling, so nobody needs to subscribe to it. But at any rate, so now all of the lessons we've been learning, we need to just rev that up now and always have love as the main interest in the things that we're doing and saying, even in our thoughts. You can't even, when somebody does something dumb, you're going to be like, oh man, what a dope. You're going to feel the thing, but we're not going to ruminate in that, right? We're not going to let that toxic whatever contaminate the thing that we're trying to do now. See, that's another way that the mind can misuse energy and be misused. We use the mind to care for our necessities in this place. So anyway, those were the thoughts that came after I finished the other one. Went and got me some coffee and a bite to eat, man. And I said, yeah, this needs a part 2. So that's it. That's it. And while we're doing this, we know what it's for, a purpose. There's purpose in this. Everything has become so hashtag friend, like, oh, you gotta say the right thing, gotta be politically correct, you have to say things, and people are saying things that they don't believe because, that's gonna get me a lot of likes or whatever, it's popular. But it's not even just that now. It's through and through love. It's okay, there's my personal thoughts and feelings, and there's love. And love's got to squash the former when it goes beyond caring for the necessities in this place. Once we already talked about that stuff in the first recording, but it's just like we're letting love be in the driver's seat completely now, is what we're saying. Not just part-time, and not just when it's easy, when it's hard. And when it's hard means all the time. And we're certainly not telling people what to do here or how to change your behavior or something like that. We're just saying for those of us who have felt this feeling of, okay, that was yesterday. I can't exist anymore on just predominantly being led by the mind. When you're in that place where you're feeling that, that's who this is for. If that's not what you're feeling and these words don't resonate with you, then this is not something that you ought to even consider changing yourself, like molding yourself into this thing, morphing yourself into something. That's the problem already in the world. People doing too much. That's not going with the flow. But if you're feeling like to go with the flow at this point for you means to let love, like we said, completely in the driver's seat, then that's what this is about. So anyway, that's that. So I hope this has been helpful to some of you. And as always, we want to wish you much love. Bye.